Thank you, everyone. In the next 6 hours, the Burmese military regime is going to make another political crime in Burma by forcing this election and to fool the international community that Burma is going to about the democratic change. It is not true. This election is designated to entrench or prolong their power that we have been suffering for the last 22 years. Not only to have 25% reserved seats in parliament, now they are forming civilian parties transformed from the Union and Solidarity Development Association, which has been attacking political activists and which have been attacking NLD for the last 17 years. This election is going to ratify the constitution unilaterally drafted by the military regime and which is drafted for 13 years and which has been approved by the 92.48% in 2008 after Cyclone Nargis. This military regime has been making unbelievable record of the human rights abuses. So, why we are here? We are here to raise the voice of those people who cannot make the voices in our country. We are here to reflect the silent voice of the people of Burma. We are here to show our solidarity with the people who are against the military regime. We are here to show our solidarity who are fighting for human rights and democracy. Probably our Burmese people here are stateless, but we are not aimless. We may be away from the homeland, but we are going back to Burma in one day. Probably we are staying here as the stateless and refugees. We are future generation of the leadership in our country. Our Burma will be changed in one day. And we will make our Burma to be a democratic and peaceful country with all our ethnic brothers. So, we here to present the voices of the oppressed people. We are showing our solidarity. We are coming here to denounce this sham election. We will let the regime know that they cannot do everything without any resistance. And we shall overcome and will win one day. Free Burma!
Free Burma!
Free Burma!
Free Burma!
Free Burma!
Free Burma!
Thank you.
Asking for a further resolution, another resolution?
This time we specifically requested for the Commission of Inquiry, which is the UN-led investigation of human rights abuses in Burma, particularly crime against humanity and war crimes. And we want to hold those military leaders accountable.
Have you already gone to the United Nations? Or
yes.
On this trip?
But
I guess the Security Council.
Security Council is right to be clear. So having the United Nations, the resolution at the General Assembly is kind of like the political standpoint principle for further action. So we can refer on the human rights problem and the political problem.
So it's one of the few countries that is country specific.
We again call on the regime to immediately and unconditionally release all political prisoners, including Aung San Suu Kyi, and to commit to a genuine dialogue with members of the democratic opposition and the various ethnic minority groups within Burma. The people of Burma deserve to have their voices heard without fear of intimidation or violence. While respecting each political party's decisions on whether or not to participate in the elections, Canada welcomes the courage of those Burmese people who have attempted, despite severe restrictions, to stand as candidates for independent political parties. Canada has long-standing concerns about the human rights situation in Burma. We have imposed the toughest sanctions in the world against the Burmese regime to indicate our condemnation of the regime's disregard for human rights, and its repression of the country's democratic elements. Canada will